Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. I forgot to post today's topic, but today's topic is about steroids. The use of steroids, the indiscriminate usage of steroids. A lot of people post-COVID are suffering from a lot of body ache, muscle pain, muscle fatigue, muscle tenderness, low-grade fevers, feeling lethargic throughout the day, and that could be for several reasons. First, let's be specific about the steroid I'm talking about today. I am not talking about the steroids used for bodybuilding. I'm talking about the pharmaceutical steroids. There's nothing wrong with steroids. They can be life-saving. They can reduce pain to a considerable level when they are used the right way. I am talking about the indiscriminate use of steroids. A lot of post-COVID patients today who were on steroids for the right reasons. We didn't know how to handle this. Doctors gave steroids. Some people were not tapered off the right way. Some people continued the steroids too long. Some people stopped it too quickly. And a lot of that, most people who were in steroids and stopped it too quickly or too rapidly are suffering from the withdrawal effects of steroids being stopped too quickly. Body pain, muscle tenderness, and all of that stuff. We're also going to talk about that if you have to be on a steroid, because some people may have to be on a steroid. How do you manage the side effects better? The problem is never the drug. The problem is the misuse of the drug, taking the drug for no reason at all, self-medication, and not managing the side effect of the drugs. We have a problem today. We have the indiscriminate use of antibiotics, steroids, painkillers, sleeping pills, and even nutrition. People are overdoing it on neem, people are overdoing it on turmeric, people are overdoing it on onion, on garlic, on giloy, and all of that stuff. Indiscriminate usage. We need to understand more doesn't mean better. The one thing that you need to understand about steroids is the overuse of steroids can be fatal. Stopping a steroid suddenly can be fatal. And also taking a steroid without the right indication or the right indicator can be fatal as well. So some people get a pain and they remember, oh, my doctor gave me this steroid when I had this pain and I felt better. They get a pain a year later, they go and take the steroid without the permission of the doctor. Yes, you're wondering how. Because a lot of steroids in our country are available over the counter without prescription. And that is why there is indiscriminate use. Okay? Now, what are some of the side effects of steroids? We need to know the side effects. This is not to induce fear in any way. While I speak to you, I probably have hundreds of patients who are on steroids for the right reason. But they're managing the side effects of the steroid. The steroid is required for their condition, but they are also making the right dietary changes and lifestyle changes to manage the side effects. Number one, osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is one of the leading side effects of steroid usage. This doesn't mean if you're taking a steroid for a short period of time once in a way you're going to have osteoporosis, but the continuous use and not managing your side effects. Taking a steroid and having very low vitamin D3 levels, disastrous to your bones. So a lot of people say, Luke, I got osteoporosis at 45. And then we go back into their history and we find out the amount of steroids that they've taken. With doctor's permission, without, but they've not managed the side effects. What else increases? Fungal infections. You need to understand a steroid works as an immunosuppressant. What is the meaning of an immunosuppressant? It shuts down or suppresses your immune system. So fungal infections, viral infections, bacterial infections can all increase when your immune system doesn't have the ability to fight it. So if we're not doing steroids the right way, we can have more fungal infections. You have the thinning of the skin. So a lot of people will find their skin bruising very, very quickly. Your blood pressure and your blood sugar levels will go up. We have so many COVID patients right now, post-COVID patients, who never had diabetes, who have high blood sugar levels now. They have insulin sensitivity problems. They've never had blood pressure, but they have blood pressure, and don't worry about it. It will go down as the effect of the steroid comes out of your system, so you don't have to worry about that, okay? Fat gain. Yes, you put on weight with steroids. You put on abdominal fat, you retain water. A lot of people suffer from water retention, puffy faces, the finger rings get more and more swollen, the feet get swollen, thinning of hair, falling of hair with steroidal use. We've seen that over time. You may have an autoimmune condition, you're in a steroid, you find your hair thinning, but as you start to relax your immune system, try to put it in remission, the steroids reduce, the hair comes back again. Gut issues, loads and loads of gut issues. A lot of acidity, so that's why doctors will always recommend that you take an antacid with your steroid, or you take something natural to manage the acidity. It could be your jeera, your ajwain, your soft, your lemon water, whatever suits you. Candida. Candida is also a problem. More and more candida grows. So you have something called thrush. A lot of women get vaginal discharges, and a lot of people have a thick yellowish coating on the back of their tongue or on the back of their tongues. You have mood changes with steroids. So it's good for you to be aware of all of these things, because a lot of people are not aware of the side effects, and then they say, oh, I'm having too many mood swings. Let me go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Not understanding that the side effect of your medication produces mood swings. So my point is, if you're on medication, accept it, but know the side effects so you can manage it. And I'm going to teach you how to manage that. And always get your eyes checked up. If you've been on steroids and you're continuously on steroids for a long time, get your eyes checked up. Okay, it's very important for you to get your eyes checked up. So again, when steroids are given to you, usually it's given according to an indication. There's an indicator that allows your doctor to give you a steroid. Steroids are usually and preferably given for the shortest time possible, and your doctor will tell you that. You cannot be on it for a long time. But a lot of people, they get used to the comfort that steroids bring. So even if the doctor says this is for 10 days, they continue for 1 month. They continue for 2 months. We've had people who continued for 6 months without the doctor knowing. Always be aware of the precautions, and weaning off and tapering off your steroid is of prime importance. People stop the steroid all of a sudden. You are not supposed to do that. Your doctor is supposed to taper you off your steroid from a 10 to a 5 and then to the minimum dosage, or stop it. You cannot just stop the steroid. So a lot of people, the pain goes and they say, let me stop the steroid. I still have a couple of days, but it's bad for me. Let me stop it. No. Like any medication, you got to wean off that medication, because even if you stop it suddenly, that can be fatal too. There are people who will just collapse when you suddenly stop it. Okay, so you got to be careful of that. Okay, so like I said, the rapid withdrawal is why most people post-COVID who were on steroids, because it was suddenly stopped. They have joint pains, muscle pains, stiffness, and all of that stuff. Everyone wants to look good. They have skin problems, they want to fix it. I'm okay with that. But when you start abusing steroidal creams, oral steroids, it's a big problem as well. Remember, the steroid may be oral, but you're absorbing it through your skin. So you got to be careful of that. And you have to also understand there are hidden steroids in many things. In bronchodilators, there are hidden steroids there. Certain medications have 40% steroids, which are not even listed and don't have to be listed. So that's why always ask your doctor, what is in this medication? What are the side effects? Is this a steroid? So if it's a steroid, you don't got to be scared of it. You just got to know that, okay, I need to do certain things to manage it better. So what's the solution? Number one, always take your steroids after a meal. Always after a meal, unless in very rare cases that your doctor has told you otherwise. Always take it after a meal, period. Number two, always keep working with your immune system, because you're putting a steroid in that is an immunosuppressant. So you got to continue on feeding yourself the right foods, eating the right foods, working out, sleeping well, keeping your stress levels low, so that you continue to keep a high immune system. It's a double-edged sword, as you can see right now. A steroid is a double-edged sword. As you want to keep your immunity high, but you're on a steroid that actually puts it down. The same thing with chemo, double-edged sword, but you need it. It can save lives, but you manage it better. It's as simple as that. Acidity, you can have a lot of acidity. So whether you increase your water intake, you take your ajwain, jeera, soft concoctions, whether lemon water works for you, whatever it is, or some people even take an antacid if the dosage of your steroid is high, and that is okay, because the antacid is for a short period of time. Antacids are dangerous when you pop it like candy and you go on taking it because you don't want to change your lifestyle and address the root cause of it. Vitamin D, over and over and over again. If you are taking any medication, you want to make sure that your vitamin D levels are excellent. So if the range is 30 and above, I don't want you being at 30. If the range is 30 to 100, I want you being at 60, 70, 80, 90. That's how high you should be, because vitamin D is constantly falling. Probiotics, either eat foods which are rich in probiotics, because steroids affect the gut. On most cases, a lot of allopathic doctors today prescribe a probiotic like a VSL or something along with the steroid that you're taking. So that's good for you. Exercise, of course, movement. You want to keep movement because you can gain fat. And movement is good for water retention. Movement is good for fat gain. So don't get worried. And a lot of people, that's why they start putting on weight and they decide to stop the steroids suddenly, because their vanity is more important. How they look is more important, but you are doing considerable damage. So please be careful. You may put on weight, but remember, you can lose that weight as well once you taper off the steroid. You can also control your weight with your food. You can control it with your lifestyle. So it's not that everyone on steroids puts on weight. I have people who have steroids for a long time because they have autoimmune conditions, and they maintain their physiques and they maintain their figures. So you can always use control in other departments of your health. Sleep Extremely important. Extremely important to keep down inflammation, work better for your overall detoxification. Fiber and protein, very, very important, which is why it comes down to a balanced diet. When you're on steroids medication, you should have your whole grains, your lentils, your legumes, your protein, your fruits, your nuts, your seeds, a rainbow. The simplest trick to nutrition is a rainbow. As simple as that, and don't overeat your rainbow. Hydrate. When you're on steroids or any medication, you want to increase your water intake unless you have a water restriction given by your doctor. If you're a smoker, cut down or stop your smoking. Because number one, steroids and osteoporosis, smoking and osteoporosis, at least try to release the burden of your system. Try to cut down your smoking or stop your smoking. And like I said, your diet is very important. So don't be scared of the steroid. Be scared of how you're taking and how you're taking it and what you are not doing when you're on a steroid. You have a right as a citizen, as a patient, as a human being to ask these questions to your doctor. You have a right to that. Let me tell you what your patient rights are, no matter what. A lot of people, they feel that their egos are tested when patients ask them questions like, I know what I'm doing, just take it. No. You have the right to ask. Not because you don't have faith in your doctor, because if you know you're taking a steroid, you know what to do on the side. If you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know what you're taking, you don't know how to balance the side effects. Every drug has a side effect. What are these side effects? You take a particular drug, like you take medication for fever. It depletes vitamin A. It depletes vitamin C. So you know, if I'm taking this, let me eat foods rich in vitamin A and vitamin C. So you balance it, you negate it. That's what integrated medicine is. That's what food synergy is. That's how you manage the side effects of your medication. So you have the right to know. So please do not overdo, self-medicate, stop your steroids without your doctor in the loop. And sometimes if you feel that you don't need the steroid, take a second opinion. It's always right to take second or third opinions with anyone in today's world, because it's not that you don't trust someone. You want to make the right and the best decision about your body. And it doesn't mean that the doctor who feels the steroid's right for you is wrong. If another doctor says, I don't think you need this, let's try this. Everyone has different ways. You are the consumer. You have to exercise your rights because you care about your body and you value your body. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.